Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott Wave update for Solana. Now, before I get into my updated counts, this was last video. It was all the way back in September 2nd. We were looking for a pivot to the upside, looking for a third wave to get moving on this fifth wave to the upside. Let's go where we are now. That was this area here. We did not get that. We were looking for this wave. It should have been very impulsive, lots of volume if that count was accurate. But the silver lining is we did get the direction correct. So if you ended up taking that swing trade, stop would have been around this low and would have been in profit. I didn't get in this. I did the golden zone trade and got stopped out. I haven't been back in since, but I am looking for a re-entry myself. So let's do a recap here out on the macro daily here, what my current expectation is. First of all, off our low at $8, have this as a wave 1, 2, very extended third waves. Both third waves were extended in green and in blue. Fourth wave potentially complete, looking for a fifth wave to the upside. Now, a few things to take note of. Currently, this wave 4, that's that 1-to-1 in red line, is longer than our wave 2 in green, so that looks good as per a guideline. The only thing that concerns me is we haven't come to the 236 on log scale. That's at 108.58. You see there, we didn't tag that. But on linear scale, we have met the requirement. We hit the 382, held above the 50. So we're kind of pulled between linear and log scale, right? One more thing here. This is if we do end up failing. I'm bullish, just to be clear, but you always got to have a plan B. If we do end up making some sort of flat here, as a WXY, I wouldn't be surprised to see us come down and actually hold that 236 at around about 108.58 because I put on our base channel here, which is a modified pitchfork, and we usually like to hold above this level. We can recover very easily and continue, but if we start to retrace here, that's a area where I'd look to go long if we get a failure. All right, so now that we're clear on that, let's go down to the 4-hour chart. And I was talking to somebody on Twitter about this. It's a very difficult count. I'm going to give you a couple different options. I will give you my primary. My primary is based on what Bitcoin is doing and the best fit for this wave if the low is in. That's the important part. So what I have here is a zigzag, X wave, and a triangle, A, B, C, D, E. Very ugly triangle, I'll give you that. But we had an initial problem with this wave to begin with. If you remember, it could be counted as a 3 or a 5. We went with a 5 just because the extension here, and we at least knew that most likely we're coming to the upside again, just because of how deep that correction was to the upside. So that was our main reason why we got the direction correct. But if you remember from the larger view, that pitchfork, that's it right there. That's if this turns into a flat, because this is very complex. I can count it as a ABC, as you can see, A, B, C diagonal. And if that comes back and nicks the center there of the pitchfork and the 236, this is where I look for another entry if we fail. So that would be my alternative if this pivot is broken at this E wave. But I'm not looking for shorts. I'm interested in longs personally. If you're interested in shorts, that's the target right there. Let me just make sure I didn't check this. Well, the trouble is it can be a 5 or a 3. So either way, this isn't going to tell me with 100%. Yeah, we hit that 90%, so this can be a flat. So you would expect 5 waves down. If this is part of this correction, and the triangle is not the primary, right? So everything relies on this pivot, right? So this is what I'm looking at, and my primary count until it fails is we have a wave 1 and 2 in the middle of wave 2 off of that pivot. Now, I'm going to show you some other things because you're like, why can't this be a diagonal, for example? I'm going with the guidelines in the right look. So if this is our wave 1, say there's 3 in here as a WXY, and then we get a, it's so ugly, right? Say this is a 1, 2, and you're trying to make this a diagonal for a second 1, 2, right? Again, that's not invalid. I'm just going with the right look and guidelines. So when you have a first 1 and 2, you want the 1 and 2 of one lesser degree, right? This is a higher degree, to be shorter in time and usually around 618 in price. And you can see we're past the 1-to-1. So that's why I don't make this my primary count right here. I would say it's more likely to be a C wave where this is our ABC because we hit that 1-to-1, right? Rather than the bullish scenario from that spot. And you'd say, okay, then what makes sense there? That's why the triangle makes the most sense in the bullish scenario. So our count starts here. That's where our impulse is invalid. We got a nice 5-wave move here, easy to spot, ABC correction. We got our 5-wave move up for our third, and I want to show you this. I have this labeled as such here. You can see our third wave was extended, came to the 200%. Usually when the 1.618 is not respected, I look for the 200 or the 2.618. And our wave 5 came to the 2.236 area there. And if we go and check our 5th wave, since it's extended, we just look for the 1-to-1, where wave 5 equals wave 1, boom to the tick, as you can see. So it's a very nice 5-wave move. That's the other reason I don't like this as a diagonal. All right. And although now this is where it's getting ugly, right? This is what I was looking for Bitcoin today too. I was posting some scalps I was taking on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I do put scalp trades and whatnot on there once in a while. So the best fit for this now, based on this last drop for me, is an ABC for a W wave. Reason being is the extension targets. So you can see there, it fits best. Just past a 1-to-1, not to a 1.618, but a 1.382 there for our ABC for our C wave compared to our A. And important to note, not enough time has passed just for guidelines, not a rule, but we always try and fit what's fitting guidelines the best. We hit a 382 retracement of the 5-wave move to the upside. I like to see at least a 382 in time as well. You can see we're not quite there. That's the time extension of this entire 5-wave moves. Ideal guidelines between the 618 and the 1-to-1 is what I use. But as soon as we hit that 382, if everything else looks good as per guidelines, I'll go with that. But the difficulty I'm having here, which is making it difficult to trade, I'm just going to be tracking this for now, is this all the X wave we get, right? It's not a lot of X wave, although there's no X waves can be very, very quick. I don't have a time guideline for X waves. But the question is, are we starting our second zigzag if we're making a double zigzag, right? Did we start it? And this is our A, B, and we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Did we start that? Or is this making some sort of triangle? A, B, C, D, E. Then we start, Hard to say. But I'm going to give it more time. This could even turn into a flat, right? Expanded flat to the upside. Then we make our ABC. So there's too many things that can happen here based on this X wave. Where I would consider flipping, and if it does not follow guidelines, again, they're just guidelines, not rules. We have hit a 382. I've seen them take off before. Is there any way this is complete? I don't think so. But if you start passing the 618 retracement, I'd take a look at the count and might consider that as an option. So pull the fib down, keep an eye on the 618. See the count. If you get a nice 5-wave move and a sideways, that's where I would consider, okay, maybe we're complete. But you can see there's no nice way to count this. So I'm holding off and waiting for more information here. But past the 618, that's when the alarm bells start going off, and take a look at the count and consider other options. Okay, so that's what I am looking for. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. I am looking for a long, if we get it, somewhere around the 50. Stop past the 618. Targeting all the way up here. That would be a 25-1, but it might take more than one entry, right? We'll see. Something like that, and I'll look to leverage up on the way up, and I will be talking about that as we go. Looking for something like this to complete. Are we going to get it? We'll wait and see. All right, guys, that's it for Solana. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.